All right, quick show of hands. Who here was introduced to Brad and Lance's content over social media over the past, whatever, 2-3 years? Right? All right, so my name's Matt Freedman. I'm the founder of Rhythm. I was actually at LB Capital working with Lance and the team for a little while. And this is where it all started for me and Lance. I'm gonna move so you guys can get a picture of the picture. 2012, remember those days when Lance said he was drinking a lot? Yeah, that was one of those days. We were at a Kenny Chesney concert and having a good time that day. But long story short, I started with Lance almost 20 years ago. I was his 4th employee at One SEO, the first digital agency he ever started. It almost cost me my wife. It almost cost me my relationships. I would leave on a Sunday night to go down to Lance's place. Lance, true or false in this story? I would go to Lance's condo in Philly with a backpack with my laptop in it, and that was it. There were weeks that I didn't come home till Friday morning, and my wife had no idea where we were. True or false, Lance? True or false? We were riding up and down 95 from DC to Philly to New York City, trying to grow from, at that time, 15 clients to eventually about 250 before Lance took things to the moon. But when these guys talk about relationships, our lives have gone intertwined in a million different ways. Lance has been a mentor, a big brother, a friend. He was at my wedding. He knows all my kids' names. I'm over at his farm all the time. This is what life's about. So Lance, thank you for everything, first of all, you've done for me.
Thank you. Tell them what your dad was.
So my dad was a special ed teacher.
Oh, no.
You can see where this story's going. I used to come home, I was probably 14, 15 years old, and I used to come home to my dad just looking beat up. And he's a fit, good look, guy that's in shape, takes care of his body. And there were days that he just comes home looking like shit. And I'm like, Dad, what's going on? He's like, he said 2 words, Bachmann brothers. And I'd be like, oh, I understand it. So over time, Lance and I developed a relationship, and the rest is history. But if you guys were introduced to his brand, I know that Lance and Brad both just talked about building a personal brand. That's what my company does. So if you guys just spent $5,000, $10,000, whatever it is to be here, because you were introduced to their content on social media, you understand the power of brand. Based on nothing other than content, video, social media, showing up authentic and being consistent, you guys all parted ways with at least $5,000 of your cash to fly to Vegas to meet these 2 guys. Is that correct? Am I wrong for anybody? I had the very, very interesting perspective to have known Lance for almost 20 years and see from the absolute bare beginning with nothing other than belief and a lot of grit and tenacity of how he built this brand. He called me the day he described when he was in Baja Mar. Lance FaceTimed me that morning at 6:30 in the morning. Said, Matty, it's my birthday weekend. I just sold one of my companies for mid-8 figures, and I can't wait to leave here and get home to start working on my personal brand. He called me that day. We had a conversation. He said, I want you to come join the team and help me build this personal brand for me. So this is about, 14, 18 months ago. I took a look around his social media, and we were just trying to get metrics, just like everything else, being data-driven about something as stupid to you today in content. It is the driving force, Lance, and you'll agree with me, and Brad said the same thing, it is the driving force behind everything that he has done in his personal and his business career over the past 2 years. Lance, true or false?
Sure, I actually just had a guy told me the other night, he follows me on social media, I don't keep track like Matt does the rest of my numbers. He's like, you know you're going to pass 100,000 Instagram followers. I'm like 99.8. I literally started laughing. I said, I had no clue. He literally walked up to me at the meet and greet. He said it to me.
Yeah, it's great. And when we started, you were right at 7,500 followers. Guys, and these metrics are not for vanity. And I'm going to go through real quick in the next 20 minutes or so the things that you can install in your business immediately when you get home. But I wanted to give you guys that perspective. So I got good news and bad news for everybody in the crowd. I audited every one of your businesses on social media.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit is right. Who else feels the same way? Oh, shit. Who else actually feels okay about that? Who can look me in the eye right now, being very honest, and confidently tell me I am the authority brand in my market across social media? Be honest. No right or wrong answer. I appreciate the honesty, and I think the results speak a little bit for themselves. Here's the room on Instagram. I audited every one of your companies on Instagram. 46% of you in this room have an Instagram page. The median follower count is 180, and the median number of total posts on your Instagram accounts is 38. Take a guess how much content Lance is putting out in a given week. Anyone want to guess? Guess.
I see like 280 in one day, literally 15 in one day, 15 to 20 in one day.
280 in a day. When we set up the infrastructure to build Lance's brand, we said two things. We have to be consistent and we have to be authentic. I'm going to say the same thing to you. If you want to build a personal brand or build a company brand, you have to be consistent and you have to be authentic. You don't need to put 15, 20 posts out a day. You're not Alex Hormozy yet. You're not Lance Bachmann. You're not Brad Lee. You have to be consistent. Set an SOP and a daily metric, just like you do with your sales guys, just like you do with your estimators and installers. Set an SOP, a metric, and an accountability that you can hold your team to every single day that they need to get content and get back to you. Where's Oasis at? Is the brand Oasis here? They actually did a good job. They had 28.6 thousand followers on Instagram, so I'm sorry they're not here. All right, let's go over to YouTube. Who here feels like they've really committed to YouTube putting content out? Good. What's the name of your brand? Woods Roofing? You guys actually did a really good job. See that logo down there? Woods Roofing, 203 subscribers. Let's give Woods Roofing a big round of applause. Nice job. I'm coming back to you with this mic. Here, take this really quick. Tell the room what you guys are doing well on YouTube, why it's working.
I got talked into it from my team. They wanted me on YouTube. It took them 2 years before I allowed them to put the camera on me. We invested in it. My one son is a videographer. He's on salary for whatever, $65,000 or $75,000 a year. He's just documenting everything I do, and it's not comfortable. But I got a face for radio, like you said, and my other son said that, and I'm very stoic. So the reason we did it, there was another contractor in our market who was loud and crazy on the TV commercials, and I'm absolutely opposite of him, and I think we do the best work, so I wanted to compete against him. That's why I did it, and he's in jail now, so.
I love it. Congrats. Minus the being in jail part. Give it up for Woods Roofing, everybody. All right, I'm going to try to fly through this. I know I'm the last thing here in between lunch, and there's a lot to get through. Is Joe Boyd here? Where's Joe? What's up, Joe? Good to see you, buddy. Congrats to you. Your logo's up here. You guys are the best performers on TikTok so far throughout the entire Mastermind group. Give it up for Joe Boyd and Elite Roofing.
You know, that hog hunting reel he has does really well.
That's probably what it is. All right, same gist, different platform. The last one is Facebook. This one I cannot for the life of me understand. 29% of the companies in the room with a Facebook page. There's more here on Instagram than there are active on Facebook right now. I don't understand that whatsoever. If you guys aren't leveraging not only Facebook and Meta ads, but groups in your local community to become present, to become visible, and to get leads, I'm not quite sure what else to tell you. Real quick, where's Herbert Roofing? Herbert Roofing here? Give Herbert a big shout out. They have 3.8 thousand followers on Facebook. Nice job to Herbert Roofing. Good job, guys. Here's why you do it. 84% of consumers now will reference your social media before they determine who they're going to buy from in home services. 84%. That means that if you're in a competitive market and you're putting money into leads, you're driving traffic, things are good, your sales guys are happy, they're getting a lot of booked appointments, but you feel like you can't close and you're not sure what the hell's going on, you feel like it's not a training problem, I'm not sure what it is. This is what it is. 84% of your leads are going to social media to determine who they're going to buy from. It's an emotional connection. That's why I named this entire presentation everywhere I go traveling around the country. Leads get you looks, but brand gets you booked. I'm going to say it one more time. Leads get you looks, but brand gets you what? Booked. Big difference. Here's the other reason you do it. The quality of your video content impacts a consumer's trust in your brand. I'm not saying you have to show up and you have to shoot everything in 4K and high polish and gloss and edited and this and that. You have to be what? Consistent and what's the other one? Authentic. All right, I'm going to give you guys the top 10 things that you should be doing right now across content, social media, and brand building. You can take home and install in your business today. Number one, Brad Lee said it yesterday. He said it again today. Whoops, that's the next one. Real quick, take a picture of this one before we get into that. If you have an iPhone or an Android, here are the two settings. If you're shooting content, you can use your cell phones. We do a lot of training for people on the job using their cell phones. You want these two settings. The resolution, you want in 4K, if you have it. The frame rate, you want on 60. Why you want it on 60? Next best is going to be 30. You do not want to shoot in 120. This is where social media platforms compress all of their video down to match 60 frames per second. Number one is hire a videographer today. If you need one, we can hire one and install one into your business for you like we do for a lot of other brands. Hire a videographer today. They should be shooting at least 10, if not 20 or 30 hours a week of content. This is not for the vanity of it, but it's for the authenticity and consistency to convert those leads. Ensure they have their own equipment. You want to make sure that they have a drone. And you want them to split time in between you as the founder and the company. You don't want to show up on social media and sell. You want to be educational. You want to be entertaining, sometimes funny. However you guys want to do it authentically. Hire a videographer today inside your business. Number two, start a podcast. How many brands in the room have their own show or their own podcast? Joe Boyd, that's why you won the YouTube award, or you won the TikTok award, never mind. We are not setting up a show or a podcast for the vanity. We are doing it for the authenticity and the consistency. Here's a cheat code for you. For every 60 minutes of shooting, and I'll give you the platform that we use, you can get 60 to 75 clips for social media. It's a cheat code. We do it every single day in our studio in Philadelphia. For every 60 minutes of shooting a podcast, you can get between 60 and 75 clips for social media instantly using AI.
Matt, if you couldn't be in a situation where maybe you had the time or the bandwidth to do a podcast.
Could you just go live maybe a couple of times a day?
100%. 100%. Every one of the social platforms has a live button. YouTube included. All you need is your phone. You could do all of this on your phone if you really had to. Good camera's going to run you about $1,500. Get two of those. That's really all you need.
Who would be the first one to go live from this event saying they're live here?
Hey,
Hint, hint, everybody.
yeah, we might have an Amazon gift card for whoever does that. Launch your YouTube page. Here's another cheat code that we use every single day. Every YouTube video that you post on YouTube gives you 5,000 characters of SEO that if you stitch back to your website, you will become the authority faster than you would without a YouTube page. YouTube is the second largest search engine on earth, next to what? Google owns what? YouTube. Think it's a good idea for those things to be stitching and working together? 83% of the top searches on Google are clicked on that are video. See where I'm going with this? It's a cheat code. These are things that everybody else in your market are probably not doing yet, that you can still do today and grow in 2026 faster. Raise your hand if you're running Facebook and Instagram ads for your business. Keep your hand up if the results are going well. You guys getting leads from it? Yeah, good. Sosa's going to come up in a little bit and talk about all things marketing, advertising, and a lot of different avenues, right? This is the one, at least for what we do. This is a way for you to instantly get demands to your brand. Organic content's going to take a little bit longer. You have to build the authenticity, you have to build the consistency, you have to trip the algorithm into kind of what you're doing. If you run Facebook and Instagram ads and target it correctly, you will get leads instantly. As soon as your credit card runs, They want to spend your money. Here's a controversial one that we just started doing about 6 months ago, and it's working well for the companies that do it. Turn your contractors into creators. Anybody here ever use a platform called Company Cam just to monitor how a job's going? So for those of you with your hand up, you've trained your techs, right? How to take a picture of a snapshot of a job. Instead of doing this, why don't you just train them how to do this? Instead of a photo, click video and go boop. Now you have content. Your guys are creators. They have a phone. Train them how to be creators for you. You want to talk about multiplying your time like Brad talked about? Train the people that are already out there doing jobs and saying, hey, corporate, guess what? Here's a picture. Here was demo day. Rather than doing that, take a 3-second video swipe and say, holy shit, here's 10 minutes of video on demo day. What do we do with that? You create a reel. You put it on social media. It gets 10,000 views. You promote that to become an ad. All of a sudden, you guys have a real business online. It can be that simple. We do a ton of trainings around the country of how to turn contractors into creators. This is another cheat code that if you have a good SOP, like if you scan that QR code right down there, that is a full SOP that you need, that you can install into your business of what shots that your guys need to take on every job that they're doing. This is an actual client of ours. We wrote an SOP. They have some really funny stuff. They have their guys dressing up in superhero capes and all these different things. They have names for their guys. But if you take that same approach, run it through ChatGPT, say apply this for my business, you will have an SOP of how your techs and your contractors can become creators instantly.
Hey, Matt, that's.
Yes, sir.
It's gated.
I'll get all the,
Okay.
yeah, I'll give you guys all access. All right, the next one. Put yourself on camera. This doesn't have to be the before and after shots of your jobs. It doesn't have to be, always this very structured, thing. Like, have fun with this. Let your hair down. You guys are all in this room because of Lance and Brad's personalities, right? So you as the founder, the more you elevate your brand, the more your company comes with it. People trust human interaction. They want to see the face. It doesn't always have to be a picture of a really pretty bathroom, or a picture of a perfectly done roof, or a promotion, or a Thanksgiving turkey saying Happy Thanksgiving. Like, that doesn't work anymore. They want to see you. People want to see the people that they're giving their money to. Lance said it best, people buy from people they like. Put yourself on camera. People trust the brands 2 or 3 times more than just the message from the brand itself. Educate, don't sell. Don't sell on social media unless you're doing something with an ad. Organic social media, do your best to not sell. Be educational, be funny, put out content, interview your employees, show the guys going to get a cup of coffee, taking a cigarette break, what they're listening to on the radio, talk to your customers, get testimonials. Do your best not to sell. If you show up and say, hey, we have a promotion going on right now, like click, swipe, I'm not going through that. I don't have time for that. I don't need to be sold when I'm doom scrolling. Nobody does. Be authentic. You can be clever, be consistent, show up. Try your best not to sell. Here's another cheat code. Turn your top posts into ads. How many of you guys are posting at least 5-10 times a week across social media? Trying to be consistent. Do you have someone, anyone with their hands up, do you have someone in the company who's consistently watching the performance of those videos? You, obviously.
I chose to do me instead of the company. So
Okay.
my personal brand is building instead of the company, so I'm gonna have a lot of stuff.
Awesome. How's it going so far?
Really good, but I don't know how to transition it into back into the company, so maybe I'll learn that here.
Gotcha. Hey. No, it's a good question. So he said he's investing in his personal brand to get himself more out there, but not sure how to transition it back to the company. We could certainly talk offline about it. The answer is going to be consistency and authenticity for both. Your brand, you as the face, is going to build trust and credibility in your market. Showing the actual work you do can amplify to a broader scale. And when those 84% of people are coming to your social media to reference who the brand is, that's where you guys build trust and credibility and get the book leads. So a little bit of both is good. A lot of both is better. Just being honest. Get video testimonials. This is another one. Number 9. We got one more after this, and then we'll break for lunch here in a minute. Get video testimonials of your customers. If I had my phone on me, I would get one right now from how good I'm doing on stage right now, whether we are or not. It takes 3 seconds. If you're one of your techs, if one of your contractors, a project manager, a salesperson, whoever's at the job, where Mr. or Mrs. Smith just had a great experience with you, take your phone out. Be like, hey, Mrs. Smith, I know we went through a lot together. I know it's a big investment. I know we were here a day longer than we were supposed to be. But did we make right on our promise? Yes, you guys did a great job. Can you do me a huge favor? It helps me in my business so much if I have your vote of confidence on a video testimonial I can put out on social media. Would you do me the solid? 100% of the time they're going to say yes. Unless, something went crazy or whatever. All right? This is a huge, huge, huge trust building and authenticity building factor. Shoot long, clip short. This is another hack that we use every single day. Shoot long form and mid form video and clip them down into shorts. I'm going to give you on the next slide all of the platforms that we use on a day-to-day basis. I want you guys to have every single thing that we do. This means that if you're shooting a good 5 to 10 minute video, whether it's for YouTube, whether it's for social media, whatever it's going to be for, take that long form and clip it down into social media with some of these platforms. Here's 11 platforms we use every single day. Canva we use to make graphics, ChatGPT, I'm sure everybody here is using ChatGPT for something, right? Gotcha. Claude writes really good captions, and it uses a more emotive, more of a human kind of a sentiment to it. Opus Pro is the platform that we use that takes long-form videos and clips it into shorts instantly. You can prompt it, just like any other AI platform. It will clip all your long-form video into shorts. You can even schedule out to your socials from there. CapCut's great for making reels. It has a lot of templates in there. You can put video and you can put photos in there as well. If you are going to commit to a podcast or some kind of a show, Buzzsprout is what we use to deliver and distribute that to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, everywhere else. Waterfall.com is a platform that we use internally that you can take any YouTube video and it gives you the transcript of it and automatically writes 30 other pieces of content based on the transcript of a YouTube video. That is a cheat code that we use every day. If you go on your phone with number 8 right now and look up Meta Ad Library, you can look at anybody on the internet, every single Facebook and Instagram ad that they're running. Alex Hormozy, you can look up your competitors. You could look up whoever you want. It'll show you how many ads they're running. It'll show you the individual ad itself. You can study them. You can study your competitors to understand fully what they're doing and what they're trying to go after. You can see the graphic or the video they're running. That's a cheat code when you're looking at competitive analysis. Dropbox and Figma we use just for sending files back and forth. And then Sprout Social is what we use to manage all of our socials to post across all the different platforms. And I know we're about breaking for lunch here, so I'll leave you guys with this. If you guys want to get the full brand audit that we did on every brand in the room, we would love to sit down with you and spend a little bit of time, 30 minutes, go through all your socials, your entire brand, give you the good, bad, and the ugly. The second one is a podcast home setup guide. So if you have interest, there's a lot of recommendations for cameras, different platforms, all that stuff in the second one. And the third one is how I build personal brands for myself, for Lance, and a couple other people. And that's really it. So any questions real quick, because I know I'm holding up lunch here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
When you said social managers, should that be an employee or a third party or?
For managing social media?
Yeah.
Either. If there's someone local that you trust, that you know can prove, does a good job. The difference between everybody who's young right now coming out of college thinks that they can do this well because they do it every day. Everybody doom scrolls and lives on social. You need someone that's data driven, that understands the metrics and why you're doing it as a function of growth and lead generation. If they can answer those types of questions, then you're in good shape. Yeah, fine, yeah.
Can you do the video testimonials and attach them to a Google review? Do you know if that is possible?
Sosa might be able to answer that question next. Yeah, for your Google My Business page, you certainly can. But for the reviews, that's a good question. We don't really do anything with Google. We just do the other platforms. But yeah, go ahead.
Do you have a point of view on
I'll come to you next. we've been watching when this was going to launch, and I think it was yesterday or today. So what we've seen so far is that they're making recommendations based on brand authority because they don't want to be wrong. Anything paid is so new, it literally dropped in the last 24 hours. It's too early for me to have a point of view on it. Other than if you're late to this game, because this is where they're pulling their information from, I would probably hop on this first and then, you know, maybe start messing with that soon. But yeah, a little too early. Yeah.
On the brand library for Meta, is it giving you the performance metrics of what the ads are doing? Like, does it tell you what the performance metrics are?
It's a great question. With a free version of it, no. If you have like a paid tier of Meta, sometimes it will. It won't show you targeting and tracking, kind of like who they want to, you know, go after, but it'll show you the video, it'll show you the caption, description, and how many videos that they're running.
Okay,
So it's an insanely powerful tool.
thank you.
Any other, yeah,
Across LB Capital, there's 7 or 8 active brands.
yep,
We're all being told to do social media.
yes.
Where's the correlation between the social media output, let's say, of roofing clubs, because they're a direct competitor of
Mhm.
mine? Where's the correlation? What's some of the data figures that kind of go to the overall point that it's smart to be on the internet? What is the number?
Yeah, from meaning from like a direct sales and,
Like a direct impact, yeah.
yeah, I don't have the numbers. I'd be more than happy though if we can dive in with Bill and Sosa and some of the other team members.
It's a lot more, guys, is what I was gonna make the point. Yeah, like by a lot. We got a couple business units that are double us, and they're all over the social media, and it's all in the data.
Yep. No, it's a good question. I'd love to get that data from you for the next time we present because it's an important piece of it.
Are you good, Matt?
All good?
Hey, Matt,
Yeah.
so we've done it with our sales before.
Okay.
Do they use their personal page, or do they create their own, like, elite roofing salesperson page?
That's probably a question, Joe, you and I could talk about later. I would say if they already have a good brand presence and they're not posting like deviant shit all over their page, then maybe lean into that. If not, if you, again, from an SOP perspective, you want to run this like any other department in your company. If you want a clean slate, have the guys going out there and promoting it themselves. You also want to get all that content back off their phones from them that someone corporate at your brand can control and create good reels that they can redistribute back out to their personal pages. But yeah, I don't know. Final questions? Good? All right, let's break for lunch. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break for lunch here. We'll pick right back up at 1 o'clock.